Hi, this is Travis with Two Brothers Adventures. Today I'm going to review the Coghlan's waterproof strike-on box matches. We're going to review this against our standardized checklist for fire starting devices. For more information on that checklist or on this series, check out the overview video. We'll throw a link up on the screen now. So Coghlan's is a really common brand. You'll see this at most sporting goods stores and even other retailers. The waterproof strike-on box matches are really common. People will see these and think that they're going to go out camping or do some kind of other activity in the outdoors where there's a chance of getting wet. They buy these thinking in an emergency they'll be able to use these and without problem. So we're going to go ahead and put them to the test through our checklist. First of all, there's the packaging that it comes in. It comes in a cardboard type packaging wrapped in some kind of a label. So you have the label on the front as well as the back. And I'm assuming that's to somewhat help protect the cardboard when it gets wet. And then it has the cardboard compartment that slides either direction for the matches, as well as a striking side on each side for the strike-on box. The matches themselves are a wood stick material. The sticks themselves feel pretty normal to most stick matches. The end, though, has a kind of a waxy or a little bit different feel to it than a standard match. As far as weight of these packages, since this is a strike-on box match, you're either going to have to cut the striker off if you don't take the whole package, or these are small enough you can take the whole package. And this weighs 0.4 ounces. As far as cost, these come in a 4-pack. The 4-pack costs $2.19 for the 4. That works out to be about 55 cents per box, or about 1 cent per match. How they work, you simply open it up, pull a match out, and because these are strike-on box, you need to strike it on the side of the box, and you get a flame. Now we'll go ahead and do a burn test as a baseline before we start doing the water test or the wind test to see how long these matches will burn. So reset this. Go ahead and start it. Get a nice big flame as big cylinder on the end burns. And the flame will get a little smaller as it gets towards the end. And it's out. So it looks like about 20, almost 25 seconds. The next we're going to do is simulate a dampness test or a mist test. So I'm going to pull a few of these out of the box, and I'm actually going to hold this up with the matches, and we're going to spray it 3 times with this mister. And then first we're just going to see if we can get one of them to light on the wet striker. So being damp, this striker on the box seems to be failing. Just to make sure it's the striker, not the match, I'm going to turn around to the dry side. And it lights right away. So that tells me right there that the packaging, the strike-on box, actually fails the mist test. We're going to go ahead and take one of this misted match though, and we'll light it on the dry side and do a burn time. I forgot to reset it, so we'll add a second. It's popping as the wood is obviously a little bit wet. Seems to be burning okay. Coming up to the, so we'll add a second it's out, so about 25 seconds that burned. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the actual dip test. So in order to take this, this is the side right here that got misted. This is the dry side. I'm going to use this same package. I'm just going to pull a few of these out. Now I'm going to dip the whole package. So let me turn it this way so I know that, let's do it this way. So when I pull it out, the right side will be the dry side. I'm just going to dip it, pull it right back out, and then we'll try to light them. So again, it actually appears that the strike on the side of the box has actually failed. And I don't know if you can see that, but the material is deteriorated in that quick dip test. So it's come right off. I'll go ahead and take these other ones that we did a dip, and I'll take a dry box and we'll still do a burn test on them. Dipped. Actually, to be consistent, let me just grab a new match. Dip it in. And it failed the initial strike, but the second one took. Lots of popping, there's lots of water on that stick. Not as big a flame as the other ones, for sure. And it's actually out at about 17-18 seconds. Let me do a second one. That one actually broke, so let me grab another one. Start the timer. Lots of popping. Spread down the match pretty quick, that one did. So we got a nice big burning surface. Getting smaller as it gets towards the end. And it's out, 19 seconds. So why the matches seemed to do okay during the dip test, the packaging material actually completely failed. So without a dry box, you wouldn't be able to light these. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the submerged test. So I'm going to take a box and I'm going to submerge it for 2 minutes. With the results of the dip test, I'm predicting this is going to fail, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try anyways. So I'm going to start the timer, drop the box in, and we'll come back. Okay, we're coming up on the 2-minute mark, so I'll get ready to pull these out. Okay, I'm going to stop that, pull these out, and clip it, shake it off. It's full of water. Shouldn't matter because they're waterproof matches. Pull a few of them out, see if you can light them. And the actual striking material is actually tearing right off the side of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and take a dry box, see if the matches themselves will still light. So that match did light. I'll go ahead and grab one of these other ones. We'll do a burn test. So a nice big flame in the beginning. Lots of popping. Flame's not quite as big as when we did the other 2 tests. And the match is out. Let me try a second one. So it seems like the accelerant on the end of these catch really good even wet, but we'll see if this matchstick heats up enough to dry out enough that it'll keep burning. So that one's out as well, about 17 seconds. So what it appears is that the accelerant on the end of these is catching really well. It probably is definitely waterproof, but the sticks are not. So as it sticks as it gets down, as the saturated part of the wood is actually going out. So I would have to say that the dip test, as well as the soak test, these actually fell due to the striker on the side of the box. Now we'll go ahead and move on to the wind test. Okay, for the wind test, I have triple fans set up down here at the end, and I have a yardstick so that it's really strong at the front by this fan. As you get further away, there's a slight breeze out here. I'm going to light a match right here at the beginning of the yardstick and let it get fully burning. Once it's fully burning, I'll move it towards the fan and see where it blows out. Okay, so it's burning. Start to move towards, and it looks like it went out at about 34 inches. That match actually fell. These are dry, brand new matches. That one blew out immediately. Just try a couple more. So it's fully going. And about 33 inches. So I wouldn't consider these windproof by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, a wrap up on the Coghlan's waterproof strike-on-box matches. A pro is that they're readily available, probably the most commonly available waterproof match. The downside is, being a waterproof match, they failed the simplest test that we have, the mist test. That's due to the striker on the side. Any kind of moisture whatsoever makes the striker ineffective. So while the waterproof match themselves actually held up, without a striker to strike them on, the waterproof matches are worthless. So I wouldn't depend on these. Or if you do depend on these, you need to make sure that you keep this striker completely dry.